I want you to visualize that you lived, I don't know, thousands of years ago in some society. And when you lived in that society, you had a neighbor. And your neighbor knocked on your door one day and he says to you, an angel came to my house. He told me that I'm the messenger of God and that I'm supposed to deliver this message to all of mankind. I've already delivered it to my family and they've rejected me. And since you're my neighbor, the right of the neighbor is that I tell you, and by the way, I am a messenger of God and everything I say isn't actually my own words, they're words of who? Of God, of the divine, let's say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, they're words of Allah. And following me actually doesn't mean that you're following me, it means you're obeying Allah. There are two problems with this statement. The neighbor who opens the door and listens to all of this says, wait, so first of all, you're asking me to believe that an angel talked to you? That God speaks to you? You're my neighbor that I've known for 20 years? And this is hard enough to believe, but on top of that, you want me to change everything about my life based on every word you say? Two things that are very hard to do. One, to believe that, especially when your own family says you're what? You're crazy. Your own family says you're crazy and you want me to believe you. And not only should I believe what you're saying, I should follow you in everything that you do. And as the more I follow you, the more people not just call you crazy, who else are they going to call crazy? They're going to call me crazy. I'll think about it, thanks. Close the door. And I'm giving this to you because the messengers of Islam, the messengers of Allah that were sent to different nations, we know that they give da'wah to their people, but it's not like our da'wah. We have it easy. We're in the millions. We're in the millions. It's easy. When you're the only one who believes something in an entire city, you know what you are? You're crazy. What did the people call the messengers? Have you ever read? What did they call them? Insane. They called them insane. You say, oh, those evil people, they call them crazy, they call them insane. How could they do that? Put yourself in their shoes. How easy is it to accept if no one around you believes? If no one around you, everybody around you is a skeptic. No one believes. This is a very, very difficult thing to believe. It's not easy. The Sahaba are the best of people, the best generation for a reason. Their iman was the hardest bridge to cross. When someone takes the Shahada today, it's way easier than the bridge they had to cross. Much, much more difficult. And the hardest of all is the work of the Messenger himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because you know, Allah chose the most intelligent people on the face of this earth to be His messengers. They're the most intelligent people, and they're smart enough to know that when they go around knocking doors and telling people that they get revelation from God, what should they anticipate practically? They should anticipate that people are going to say that they're insane. They're going to lose their credibility. People are going to laugh at them, even hurt them, even be annoyed with them. They'll lose the touch with their families. That's all going to happen. A smart person can figure that out for himself. They knew this going into this message, but they didn't have a choice because they didn't take this up as a hobby. This was given to them as a responsibility. They had no choice in the matter. Put in this impossible position, these messengers, alayhi salatu wassalam, and to help them, and only to help them deliver this message, Allah would give these messengers something that would make their claim more believable. What was that thing? The miracles. Allah would give His messengers miracles so that the skeptics would be silenced. So the reason for not believing Him is not that they didn't see any proof. The reason is, I'm too arrogant to follow Him. That's the only reason left. The reason isn't intellectual anymore. That's the only reason left. And how do you eliminate the first reason, the intellectual problem? You eliminate it by giving the people something that can only be from Allah. It can't be from a human being. It can't be the product of the human mind. It can't be creation. It has to be something beyond. It can't be something that can just occur naturally.